There's a Zen story about a young man comes and bangs on the door of a monastery in China or Japan, and he wants to see the Zen master. And they tell him, of course, to go away. They always say that when you go to a Zen monastery because they want to know that you're really serious and you really want to get in there. Anyway, he does persist, and he gets to see the master. And he says to the master, "Master, my parents died when I was very young. They left me a lot of money. I've never had to do any work. So I just spend my life getting drunk, singing songs with low-life friends, and then I wake up in the morning with a hangover. I take a drink to clear my head, and I do the same thing all over again. And I know that I'm wasting my life. And I've come to you because I realize that really this is my last chance." The master says, "Well, join our monastery. You will study, you will meditate, you will fast, and in the end you will reach enlightenment." The young man says, "I knew you were going to say that, but that won't work for me. I know myself. I know that I'd come, I'd maybe last for a week, and then I'd climb over the wall and I'd go back. I'm not that kind of person. I could never stick it out for all those years. Haven't you got anything else? Something quick, fast, that'll really change me?" The Zen master says, "Is there anything that you do really well?" The young man said, "Well, I have a talent for chess. I play chess pretty well." The master says to the other monks, "Call Wu Li, bring a chessboard and chessmen, and also bring a sword." Wu Li comes, an old man. They set up the chessboard and the men, and the Zen master says, "Wu Li, you will play this young man. If you lose, I will cut off your head." And he turns to the young man. "If you lose, I will cut off your head." And they look at him. They see that he really means it. Then he turns back to Wu Li. He says, "Wu Li, you took a vow of obedience, so you must obey. But this I promise you, if you do lose, if you lose the game and lose your head, then you will sit beside me in paradise. And now, begin." And they sit down, they begin to play. Of course, all the monks in the monastery are gathered around to watch this, and the Zen master stands with a sword raised in his hand, its shadow falling across the board. Well, of course, the young man is absolutely petrified. He's pouring with sweat. His stomach is in a knot. But the game begins to absorb him. He's playing, after all, for his life. And he focuses more and more on the board until nothing exists. The whole world is the board. The board is the whole world. And he plays as he's never played before, with concentration, determination. And he's winning. He is winning until finally he knows he is going to win. Wu Li will lose. And at that moment, he looks up. And he sees the face of the old man bent over the board. A face that is lined with years of service and dedication and study and prayer and fasting. And he's overcome with shame. He says, "Who am I, a wastrel, who's done nothing all his life? And this old man, this good old man, must he die to save me?" And he makes a bad move, deliberately, and another, until his position is in ruins. And he's going to lose. And at that moment, bang! The sword of the master comes crashing down on the board, sends the men flying, cuts the board in two, and they all jump and start, and all the monks look. And the Zen master says, "There are no winners and losers in this game today. No one's head will fall today." And then he says to the young man, "You learned everything you need to learn in this game. You learned first that when you do something, you do it with your whole being. You learned to concentrate. But that is not enough. In the second part of the game, you learned compassion. Those two things, concentration and compassion, are all you need to live a worthwhile life. Now, if you wish, join the monastery, spend a few months with us, and learn this lesson well." And that's what the young man did. And they say that he lived a good life after that.